Get out your special socks, nerds. It's video response time. Here we go.
It's Kelly. So I decided I was going to make a random video talking about basically why I just am not a big fan of people. There's a fine thin line, between hating people and loving people. And
If that's really how you perceive the human experience, that a very, very fine line defines whether or not someone is hated or loved, that's really fucking worrying. It is. Because to me, that almost sounds like it's like, well, I want other people to da 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 da, but what you're not realizing is that when you're conducting yourself in such a way that you are literally creating a means for people to face bullshit for no reason, like that's when you gotta really put your fucking hand up and say, maybe, just maybe, I'm watering down the human experience too much, and that's why it is a person might not agree with this, is because I'm basically trying to chop the human experience into just two categories, which in turn makes it harder to identify with other people and understand their struggles, because now you're so focused on being different from everyone else that you don't realize that by doing so, you are setting yourself up to be mocked and admonished, because it comes off as very ignorant to try to assign two separate categories to the entirety of human experience.
I don't even know if I said that correctly, but what I'm trying to say is, like, I love people so much that I kind of dislike them that much because I feel like my expectations are way too high when it comes to people, and but I've noticed over the years you can't really do that because people are people, and people are people. That Depeche. I think it's by Depeche Mode. But anyways, they got a song called "People Are People." I remember listening to it when I was like real young.
What
But
was that, like 5 days ago?
I don't know. Like, in all honesty, I hate people and I try to avoid them. Why do I try to avoid them? Because ever since I was a child, ever since I can far back as I can remember, um, people just did not take a liking to me.
Not gonna say it. Not gonna say it. Keep in mind, I'm gonna try to be nice. Keyword saying I am going to really fucking try to be nice. I'm a minute into this fucking video, and it has basically just been a test of my own self control to not just straight up explain what her fucking problem is to her. Like, I'm not gonna be a total asshole here, but honestly, this is a test of my fucking fortitude. It feels like someone's hitting my fucking nutsack with a shot put that's been wrapped around a fucking. That's wrapped in a rope, as my bare balls hang from a hole in a chair. That's what it feels like sitting through this video right now.
Like, people do not like me, and I've accepted it. But at the end of the day, it's really hard when you're trying to make friends and you're trying to be nice to people and treat them how you want to be treated. Because
I'm not gonna say anything. I could make a rebuttal to that right now, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna bite my tongue and wait just a little longer.
I do believe in the golden rule. Treat people how you want to be treated.
Right.
And yeah, so I don't know. Like, I just feel like people have said and done a lot of really beyond terrible things to me. And we are not going to get into that today, but
I wish you would, because then it would actually explain the context as to what the hell that's even about, instead of being so ambiguous that it's hard to believe you at face value.
I'm moving past it. I'm moving forward.
Wouldn't it be better just to move forward and not say anything about it at all? Or just to straight up say, look, I'm working through things and just leave it at that, instead of needing to, like, almost directly address the issue without addressing the issue, if that makes any sense.
But it's my responsibility to heal what people have done to me, and I will never. I don't want to be like those people. That's why I try to prioritize myself above other people.
Too easy.
Now, people do not give me the same treatment. Not like I expect it, but it makes me wonder sometimes why I'm not treated like as good as other people are. Like,
I'm gonna fuck it. Fuck it. I'm gonna say it. It's because you go off half cocked at people over shit you can't even prove because some random dumbass tells you. That's that's why. Like your little debacle with me that happened a little bit ago is a perfect example of why it is people are not a huge fan of you, Kelly. Is because you have a problem with going off half cocked at people over shit other people tell you about them. And the worst part is you treat the individual in question as though they are responsible for the actions of other people they might be related to. That exact fucking statement happened with Chode Boy, where he brought up a member of my family's former issue with amphetamines. And you basically just sat there and acted like I was somehow responsible for the actions of someone who I did not even know they were committing these actions while I was a teenager or a kid. I don't remember what year he was arrested for those reasons, nor do I really give a shit. And then you also alluded to a bunch of other stupid bullshit that was either made up or exaggerated for the purpose of trying to get me fucking lynched. So I don't want to hear shit about you not understanding why people might not like you. It's obvious why people might not like you, Kelly. It's because you do this all the time. All the time. This isn't like a once or twice thing. Every couple weeks, you'll have an issue with someone. You'll go at them with the fucking knives out. You'll try to go to the mattresses for someone that doesn't even give two fucks about you because you want to win a petty argument with someone that probably started over fucking nothing because you want to win. You want to hurt the people that you're pissed off out of spite, so you're trying to make them feel like shit over things that are not a big deal just because you want to win an argument. That's why people aren't a big fan of you. That's why people might not like you. Is because you do that shit all the fucking time. That's why people don't really like you. People aren't doing shit to hurt you because of reasons. They're doing things to just say, look, you gotta stop this shit because you're making it harder for yourself to make friends, because you're not properly regulating your emotions at all, because you're just picking fights with people over what some dipshit says, because you want to have the conflict justified to yourself, so you just latch on to whatever this other person says to justify your reasons. It's obvious why it is that you allow other people to influence the things you say about other people that you're mad at. It's because you know you can't justify the argument otherwise. That's the only reason you do it. You don't give two shits about what these other people did or didn't do. Those things are just convenient excuses to fight with people over shit that's not a big deal otherwise. Like, no one in the room is dumb enough to think otherwise. They're literally not.
you'll go on TikTok, or I'll go on TikTok, and I refuse to make videos on there anymore because, and along with YouTube, because it just feels like people.
You refuse to make videos on YouTube. Yeah, you've made a bunch of videos on YouTube. Great call. That's like saying I refuse to eat at McDonald's, and you pull up to the restaurant the very next day or the very same day right after you fucking said it. You're allowed to be here if you want, but if you're gonna say it, stick to your word, or at least try to figure out how you can properly manage your emotional state to the point to where a video like this won't flip you into a fucking tailspin.
Do not appreciate the goodness I have in my heart.
I do believe that you do have goodness in your heart, but I also believe the problem is you're so easily influenced by negative behaviors that other people claim someone else did, and you're so easy to manipulate that people can easily turn you into a weapon for their own purposes. And I think that's really concerning, and I think you need to figure that out. Because otherwise, you're going to do something really fucking dumb one day, and it's going to be very fucking bad. No bones about it. You're gonna end up fucking up really bad one day. You're gonna get caught up in some stupid shit, and it's gonna go horribly awry. Like, imagine your debacle with me, except have it be like a real life consequence possibly coming your way because you say a bunch of shit about someone that might prompt them to sue you. I wouldn't advise like bullshit, litigious nonsense on YouTube because it usually goes nowhere on anyone's behalf, provided you can't 100% confirm like some sort of actual connection to online versus real life actions. But nevertheless, it would be something to consider before you do something really fucking dumb down the road. Just think about who you're hearing it from, ask for evidence, and if they have none, tell them to fuck off. And otherwise, don't even bother because it's not your concern. You're not a police officer. It's not your job to fix or deal with other people's shit, whether it be illegal or legal.
And the goodness I bring on the internet, I'm very much shunned. I'm very much.
You're shunned because you anger people by constantly going off half-cocked at them over shit that happened months prior that you randomly decide needs to become relevant again. That's why people are kind of shunning you. You're not shunned because you're this religiously devout, good Christian woman. You're shunned because you have a problem with maintaining a proper equilibrium regarding your emotions, and then you snap at people over nothing, or over small shit that otherwise wouldn't be a big deal. That's why it is people are worried, is because you're freaking out about nothing. And people remember that. They remember the fact that you are just not able to properly control your emotions at all. That is what they remember. Like, that is what people will remember about you, Kelly. Is that you have that problem with going off half cocked at people over nothing.
Much shunned, if you will. I'm very much shunned on the internet.
You're shunned because you have this pious bullshit mentality of no one is your equal because you believe that you're above others because of your religious beliefs or because of how you intend to carry yourself. It's okay to love your beliefs. It's okay to like worship whatever god you so choose. It's okay to practice your religion. I don't care about that. My issue is the fact that you act like your beliefs make you superior to others when you act like a pious egomaniac asshole about everything. I'm trying my hardest to be nice, but it's hard for me to be nice to someone who does horrendous shit and accuses me of horrendous fucking things, and then has the gall and the temerity to say, I'm being shunned for no reason. No, you're shunned because you pull shit like that all the time. You're like the person that walks into a room and accuses a bunch of people of rape, and then you realize that accusing them of rape makes none of them want to be around you because no one believes you because it's all bullshit that you made up. That's why no one likes that.
Sorry, I just had a drink of water and all that. And I just
You're making me want to get the whiskey out from under my desk and drink half the fucking bottle so I can forget this video even exists.
yeah, do not judge me. I'm a nerd.
You judge other people all the time. What was that golden rule? Treat people how you'd like to be treated?
But yeah, I just feel like, you know, people just. I lost my train of thought because of that.
You don't have a train of thought. You have like a single car monorail that drives off a fucking cliff.
People just don't like me. Like, this is kind
It's
of.
not that people just don't like you. It's not like it's some sort of bullshit instinctual hatred that's like wired into people's DNA. You act like a crazy person and do crazy shit for no explicable reason, or for reasons that have no logical definition as to why they were permitted or understandable to someone that's not completely schizo babbling. People aren't hating you or disliking you because of some bullshit instinctual need to want you gone, or because of where you stand religiously or politically or your race or what have you. No. It's because you do crazy shit.
Like a ranting video. I know people are gonna say, "Oh, you're just complaining."
Well, you're not really addressing the fact that a lot of your problems stem from your own shit behavior. Just like another hardcore religious fundamentalist by the name of Dusty, a lot of what you do is basically just blame the people around you, but not you, for behaving a certain way that makes people dislike you. You're basically what would happen if Dusty was just as religiously devout, but had a different sense of style and taste in music. and happen to be a chick.
But yeah, I can't be anything other than myself. People at
Well, if you acknowledge that, then why don't you try to actually make those changes? Here's the thing, you have the self awareness to say it's probably me. Then why don't you just stop doing what you do? Like the situation between you, me, and Damien, for example. Like, how many times have you done that previously and you just never stopped and asked why?
have tried to sway me in different directions a lot in my life, people I've known, and I can't be anything other than me. I can't.
No one's asking you to be different other than you. People are just asking you to really think about what you do before you choose to make an ass of yourself for no reason.
And yeah, so I don't know. I march beyond beating my own drum, and
Again, it's no one cares if you do that or not. That's not what people are complaining about. The fact that you don't understand that, or the fact that you're playing dumb to that, is kind of sad. After you just a moment ago had this little epiphany of self awareness.
it's difficult when people are trying to persuade you that you're nothing. Like I'll go on TikTok.
No one's trying to make you feel like you're nothing. They're just telling you to act like a reasonable, functioning adult. Instead of freaking out at everyone over nothing every couple days.
I'll go on TikTok. I don't know if anyone else has had this problem. If anyone's gonna even watch this video, probably not at all. But
Can you stop subtly guilt tripping people?
I'll go on TikTok. I'll make a video, and it won't even hardly get noticed.
Who cares? It's fucking TikTok. Half the videos are like 5-second long clips of dumbass teenagers doing shitty improv sketches.
Well, there's so many other people on there that get, even if they're beginning, they'll get lots of views. And I know it's because of people do not care for me in any way, shape, or form.
No, it's because a lot of people know how to manipulate the algorithm. They know how to appeal to other people's interests by using the tag system as a way to help the video spread far and wide. A lot of it is marketing. You gotta be able to market yourself like you would market a product if you want any social media viability, even if it is just as another denizen with a small following.
On the internet. That's why I've tried to take a step back from the internet. Because
So you're taking a step back from the internet, not because you made an asshole of yourself and got into a bunch of stupid fucking fights with everyone and made yourself look like a total dick. You're stepping back from the internet because you're not getting publicity on TikTok. What a great sign that you've learned so very much from your screw ups. Could you put down the fucking ego for 5 minutes, please? I'm just another asshole with a camera and a microphone. I don't consider myself to be above my fellow man. Meanwhile, you're sitting here having a fucking 5-year-old's meltdown because people aren't watching your videos. No one watches most people's videos. How many other people do you know that have 0 subs on this godforsaken platform? Probably at least millions. I mean, you have 29 subs right now. That's not bad. It's not fucking huge, but it's not bad. That's like almost an auditorium full of people. Hell, I have enough subs right now where it's like almost a movie, like a small theater full of people. So, and I don't bitch about that. I don't complain about it. Well, I want more. I don't really care whether I have more or less, just so long as people are willing to listen to what I have to fucking say. The fact that you're having a meltdown over this shows that you didn't learn. You've not grown. You've taken no time to really reflect on your actions. I mean, wasn't one of the 7 deadly sins pride? You're too proud of yourself. You've not earned any reason to be proud of yourself. It's okay to have self love and self respect and self esteem. I'm not saying don't have self esteem. I'm saying don't try to overvalue yourself on social media and try to use social media as a way to make yourself feel like you have worth. You have human worth as it is. And instead of trying to be a better person and trying to improve how you feel about yourself regarding your worth and who you are as a person, you're attaching all the value of your life to social media. And that's why it is people see you as vapid and annoying. They see you as someone that only exists to chase the limelight even after their star is faded and their time has pretty much passed. And the worst part is, you're also the same person who, as I've bumped before, has a habit of pursuing conflict because they believe the conflict will justify other issues they have with someone earlier. You need some help, Kellie. This is not okay.
I feel like not it's not toxic for everybody, but for me it's very, very fucking toxic.
If you're living in a septic tank, you must wonder why you're surrounded with shit, huh?
And so I've learned the hard way.
You haven't learned at all. Let's establish that right fucking now.
I've learned the hard way with a lot of people in my life and people that I thought were my friend.
No, the problem is that whenever you have friends, from what I've heard from people that have associated with you and known about you for years, who have had loose acquaintanceship with you on account of the old school ranting community, is that whenever you had a problem with someone, you try to make it everyone else's problem too, and if they refuse to take your side, you'd freak out on them. The same thing that fucking John did. Like you are basically just a female John with Dusty's religious beliefs.
I have definitely learned the hard way. And I didn't want to learn the hard way because I'm still trying to get over a lot of the things that they were very destructive people. And but it's not my loss. So yeah, if you guys watch this video, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it a lot. And whoever watches it, I hope you stay blessed and continue being yourself and don't look for validation or attention from other people because
Bitch, you literally admitted to looking for validation and attention on TikTok no more than a minute ago. Seriously. Like, no more than a minute ago, you admitted that you were well aware that people were probably not going to like you because word gets around about your behavior. My guess is someone probably commented on one of your videos regarding maybe something you said, something you did, maybe poor production value, and you had a meltdown at them, and that's why it is they probably snap back at you. I don't believe it's entirely impossible that someone was just an asshole to you. I understand that it's very possible. But given your behavior, is it really too crazy to suspect that there might be more to the story than you're letting on? I don't know. Call me crazy, but I think the problem isn't the internet, isn't other people, at least not to the extent that you're trying to make it. I think the majority of the problem is you, Kellie.